And the diamonds will lock it up for Andrew.
It's always nice to win the first one. Good to see the king when you're already losing the first one.
Give me a diamond.
Don't be greedy.
Give me a diamond.
Greedy.
Give me a diamond.
Yo, GingePoker here. I'm going to be breaking down some high stakes poker hands and giving you a professional's insight in how to play poker correctly. So get a notepad out, take some notes, drop a like on this video if you haven't already, and if you disagree with anything I say, please let me know in the comments down below. Let's get on with the video.
I called pre-flop with a 6 deuce offsuit. I called the flop with 6 high, planning on like bluffing you when you check.
Get me.
Yeah, it was the bluff. The board was like ace queen 9 or something. Call with 6 deuce.
Okay, so Young opens the button and Sasson defends the big blind.
The turn is like a 10. You bet like small. I call again.
It is a straddle game, so Ben Lamb folds straddle.
And then the river is some like random card, and I have 6 high. You check to me, and I check back. Yeah. Like I really.
What did I have?
You had 2 pair. You had 2 pair. Okay. But like I just like after I.
Well, I feel like I got pretty unlucky there.
So Sasson checks. Ace King C bets, so it should just be a fold here.
I didn't get a river bet.
Yeah. After I play that hand, I'm just like, that hand needs to be deleted from the from the show.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you that is not going to happen.
Yeah,
Sass defending.
So he calls here. I mean, if we're going to continue, we want to have a club, and we do have the 10 of clubs, but we'd much rather have the ace of clubs. Like that could just be literally the tipping point where we call a fold.
With ace 10 in trouble against ace king.
Yeah,
carrying one off for 4,000.
I folded 2 pair to Perkins.
His clubs are covered.
That was crazy.
And then like the 4
Queen on the turn doesn't change anything.
No.
Man just goes check.
Jack 10 got there, I think.
2 quick checks after the queen pairs on the turn.
Now the 9 of the river. Interested to see if Sasson looks like he's already reaching for chips, goes for the bluff or not, and then very interested to see if Young calls. Like Young is still ahead of hands like 6-5, 6-4, backdoor spades. So actually you kind of don't want a club to call this river bet, but we'll see what he does.
Dude, it's so sick because I was gonna snap call, and then I decided to think.
That's where you messed up.
And then and then I talked my.
This is again just kind of figuring out combos, trying to use logic. We do beat some hands here. If the guy's calling too much on the flop, which clearly he is, then calling becomes more okay.
Self out of the call.
Sass firing 10,000 in there, and he's not going to be happy to look at ace king.
Nice call.
What is that? Ace queen? Ace king?
It's King Kong.
Is that ace high?
Yes.
Oh Justin's playing good today.
Let's get whiskey to take the wheel.
Generally, you don't want whiskey to do the driving for you, but I guess outside of a car, it's safe enough, Justin. In search of specific high dollar value cards. There's a whole culture.
Ding opens, the cutoff looks like Sasson's gone for the 3-bet. Can't imagine Ding ever folds.
5,000.
Does find the call. Could have 4-bet it sometimes.
Ding ponies up 5K with King Jack. It's in good shape. Suited and dominant against King 10, and a King high board is going to be trouble for Sass.
6,000.
Finds the call. Ace of spades is going to slow Sasson down, wouldn't slow Ding down, so I'm just going to check here.
That's spade draw to boot on the turn now.
If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And the 4 of hearts is interesting. I don't think we've got enough of a hand to value bet with King Jack. And we don't need to bluff, so it's going to be a check. And then we'll see what Sasson does. I imagine it just goes check most of the time.
Sass with a quick check back. Now the hearts
There's
get
a flush out there.
Yeah, I was checking.
No,
I was checking.
No, check the flush.
King.
Pips him. Jack takes it.
Pipped.
And put it in action. Like I remember you laid like 60K. When I was like 21, some Bellagio, Fontana bar. You laid like 60K to 2K. on some bet, and I thought it was like the most absurd thing.
Sasso opens the big blind, lamb in the
100%
straddle
true.
with the
Yeah.
call.
It was.
I thought I thought he must have like $40 million to be able to do that.
It was whether or not.
Did you lose or win the bet?
Oh, I won, but like it was
You had a
chance
spread.
and like mercy, or like it was whether or not this guy was gonna.
So we're blind on blind here, so ranges are pretty wide. So King High's got a lot more showdown value than normal. I personally would check King High. I'll just let you see the board.
10K PLO turn.
I would check the King High here, go for the check call, can be ahead of all his hands. Not Jack 8, but for example, he's got Jack 9, Jack 10, Jack 7. We're ahead of all those. Plus, we can continue on like certain turn cards, like diamonds, any kind of Broadway. So not at the end of the world if we check call and then get a turn card that we can still continue on. Jack 8 would just call a bet, probably check back if it checks to me.
Tournament. And I was just like,
Let's go with the check.
35 to 1, up to
Do you
2,000.
want to protect Jack 8 or do you want
And
to
then
check
like
it?
I check
You
in
go for
on it like
protection,
at
very
registration.
small.
There's like 6 people in the field. I'm like,
Oh no.
Definitely not folding my King High yet, especially with the backdoor roll flush draw.
Give up that quickly.
like so I hopped in.
Yeah.
I busted. It was like a 1 bullet thing. Like couldn't
Sass
do it
made
again.
it 3,500
So I was just
pre.
sweating the whole way.
Yeah, low
Decides to
tournaments
check
sound crazy.
call.
And a pretty easy continue with King 10 of diamonds, maybe for a check call, maybe for a check raise. I think Jack 8 just wants to get the showdown now. You could maybe argue for going for a small bet again with your kicker, because like the check call range for, you know, he might be having some sort of like 8-7, 8-6, so we can go for a small bet, get value, and check out the river, and not worry about being bluffed.
All
Right, 'cause
3,000
we get
against
to, like,
middle pair, and
So
now
we do
picks
bet
up
big,
a
small.
flush draw on the turn.
I've
4,000.
never done really good in PLO tournaments. Do not know.
I don't know. I mean,
Lamb on a
Go 6-5, half
But
on here.
luckily
Not sure
he was
about
up
that, to be
against
honest.
like the final table was like a who's who of the best like PLO players in the world.
yeah. That's probably not a good tournament to go in.
Ooh, he's picking up some
I
chips
mean,
to
It's
raise.
an awful bet by me.
Doesn't do it.
Reaching for that possible raise, certainly not lost on Ben.
Should go check
Sass
here. 8
misses
takes it
the
down.
river.
Check. Check.
Got an 8.
I missed. I think.
Ooh, that's
Lamb finds the milk in that pot.
Here we go.
Well, a new high watermark for Alex Ding. Said he never played 3-6. Well,
Solid draw.
Yeah.
how about 5-1
No problem doing it.
as Andrew
Justin, is this the
negotiates
first time you
3
played
hands?
5-1?
501,000.
No, I have actually played it one other time.
This is my first time. Yeah.
Kind of makes you want to keep the game going, huh?
No, I gotta go to sleep.
Ben Lamb trying to keep the
playing-
game going.
2K, 4K mix back when I was big into mixed games, and then No Limit was 5-1, and then PLO was like 3-6 or something.
Fold.
I was flush.
Lock it up, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure locking it up.
3,000.
Raise to 3,000.
Looks like we're doing one orbit at 500,000.
Call.
Sasson opens a small blind.
Andrew
Lamb defense.
trying to beat Ben in a pot.
The
2
diamonds.
diamonds on the flop is a good start.
I think we're going to see. Oh, I'll let you see the flop, but I imagine we're going to see C-bet and potentially call or
Fortunately
raise
for him,
here
Lamb's
from
got a
Lamb.
pair to go with his flush draw.
That's pretty big. When he no, he doesn't. He bets a half. Is that no? He's bet pretty big here. The pot's like 6,000, right? And he's bet like 6. Oh yeah, plus Australia. So the pot's 7,000. He's bet pretty close to pot. Don't think I raise that often when he goes that big. I'll probably raise more when he goes smaller. He has got 120k behind, so I am just probably going to call.
$6,000 C bet. Ben's going to take it upstairs.
Raise
And a snap.
Ben raises, he gets the snap jam. Can't fold now, unfortunately, because we've got the right price versus a hand like aces, for example. We've got every 5, every jack, every diamond. And we're actually ahead now because he could be jamming a flush draw. So unfortunately, it's massive, but we have to call, which is kind of the reason maybe we didn't want to do this.
Snap all in.
Just tell me how much it is.
all in.
It's 124,000.
Twice.
Yeah, it's fine.
Andrew
And you love to
builds
see
a
that.
$268,000 pot by beating Ben into
Look, buddy.
the middle after the raise. Snap
Would you
call
rather be
from
guaranteed
Lamb.
a chop or a scoop?
They're gonna run it
Not saying
twice.
who wins.
Oh, I see.
Run it twice.
Twice.
King or a
They run it
6 would
twice.
be good for
First one's the king.
250k pot.
Andrew
you
as
off
well.
It's. You don't even have to sweat the second one that hard.
And the diamonds
One
will
out,
lock
one
it
to
up
sass
for
on.
Andrew.
It's always nice to win the first one. It's good to see the king
Burns
when
the
you're
king
already
now.
losing the first one.
Could have used that on the next board. Now lamb. Just praying for a chop. Makes
That's
trip
pretty
5,
good
so the
five.
6
And
or the
he said
king
five
are
on
no
most
longer
of the
good.
card.
Diamond one time. Give me a diamond.
Don't be greedy.
Give me a diamond.
Don't be greedy.
Give me a diamond.
Greedy.
Give me a diamond.
6.
No 5 on the turn, and it would have been a scoop.
Chop it up.
Instead,
I agree.
chop suey.
I felt something too.
Luck box.
You couldn't wait to get all in.
Luck. I would
We'll have
fucking,
to flush draw. You moved all in a quarter of a second.
oh, I couldn't believe you raised me.
Well, I had a flush draw too. And a pair.
The sick part is about that hand. If Ben doesn't raise, he calls, and they probably go broke on the turn, and Ben just loses because the diamond comes on the turn, right? Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe.